A very warm welcome to all students. In today's lecture of my business communication, I'll be just explicating on the aspect of presentation skills and group communication, wherein I'm going to tell you that what are those advanced tools and support for business presentation and types of visual aid. In today's lecture, what I'm going to tell you is that what are those tools or what are those methodologies as to how a particular businessman is going to create a very good presentation at large. To begin with the concept of presentation, let us just have a look at to what exactly presentation is all about. It is typically a demonstration, introduction, a lecture, a speech meant to inform, persuade, inspire, motivate, or build a goodwill or present a new idea of the product. See, basically, it is something somewhat similar to a kind of an aspect wherein you are actually creating a thought into the mind of people at large or a consumer. Say, for example, it is a demonstration. You are actually demonstrating to as to what you mean to say by the kind of presentation or by the kind of the delivery of lecture which you actually intend to say to the people at large. So the concept behind presentation is that it is actually going to create a demonstration effect. Then it is going to introduce you to something which is new, which is of your sort and all. Then a lecture sort of something, or a speech to meant something which is being of your use. Say, for example, a speech on globalization or on privatization aspect or something like that, or a kind of a something on business communication at large, or as to how you can inculcate the habits, good habits in you. So this is actually going to create a new horizon onto yourself, and typically it is only for the persuasion aspect. So what is persuasion? You all must be aware of the fact that persuasion or persuasiveness is a kind of a thing wherein you are actually attracting or alluring the people to get in touch with you, or to actually telling people at large that what you need to say. It is all about attraction. See, most of the time it is being seen that those people who are a very good orator, people are in a habit of getting attracted towards these kind of people. And that is a thing which is being to be used at large extent. The term can also be used as a formal or a ritualized introduction or offering, as with some presentation of debut. So basically, it is some kind of a ritual. Say, for example, the moment you come to a particular college or any university, there is an orientation program. Now, when this orientation program is going to be there, you are actually going to be asked to come onto the dais and present yourself. It could be an introduction of yours, it could be on any topic, or it could be on anything or anything at large. So basically, you have to have that feeling that there is something which you ought to tell to the people, and that are those ideas and those notions which the people are still not being aware of. It could be a kind of a demonstration, like I told you, it's a demonstration or a presentation, or it is almost like you're offering something to them. So basically, presentation is all about how well are you going to make people aware of you and aware of your thinking, your mannerisms, or the way you are actually trying to communicate. A formal presentation or information is divided into two broad categories: presentation skills and personal presentation. The two aspects are interwoven and can be described as preparation, presentation, and practice of verbal and non-verbal communication. Many people feel terrified when they are asked to make a presentation in first public, and the initial fear can be reduced by a good presentation that also lays a groundwork for making an effective presentation. Now, your formal presentation, that is the presentation that I'm going to tell you all about the aspects of business presentation and all, because business presentation is a kind of a formal presentation only. So, formal presentation has two facets to it, and the first one was the presentation skills, and the second one is your personal presentation. Let me take the second one first. Personal presentation. Personal presentation is being broadly classified into your four dimensions, that is your physical self, your mental self, your social self, and your moral self. Now, what is a physical self? As you can see in this particular picture, this gentleman is wearing a suit, a crisp shirt, and that shirt is tucked into his pants. And all people are also being formally dressed. Remember, you cannot wear your jeans and all during the presentation. Often at times it is said that if you are giving a presentation, give in formal tone. If possible, like this person gentleman is not wearing a tie, but if possible, and you are introducing yourself for the very first time, try to wear those ties and all, because at times it happens that it feels like that I should not wear a tie because it is almost like cuffing my neck and all. No, remember, your personal self, that is the way you look, the way you talk, the way you comprehend things, or not exactly comprehend things, but comprehend things in your physical dimension. Say, for example, yeah, you are presenting a particular aspect and you are wearing a Rado watch. Now, you need not to show that Rado watch again and again that you're wearing and just communicating like this in this fashion or this fashion. No, try to communicate with ease and with convenience. See, during your presentation, everyone knows that you are wearing a watch and it can be easily seen by your people at large. You don't have to flaunt it. Secondly, while making a presentation, do not do this or do not do touch your face, because the moment you make your hair clean or make your face clean and all, people will feel agitated and people will feel that you are much more concerned about your looks rather than your presentation content. So, physical self, remember to have clear cut type of your physical attributes. That means your hair should be properly combed. Then see, most of the students, or particularly the boys, and they are into habit of growing those stubbles. Often at times you grow your beard and all that. You have to be very very uh, skeptical about your looks. See, for certain faces, beard look very good. But for certain faces, beard doesn't look at all great. So you have to be very, very cautious that does your face match the aspect of beard and all? Do you actually look great in that particular sense? Because giving a formal presentation, like say for example, I am giving a lecture, and uh, over here I am giving a lecture and teaching my students. I am not communicating to the people of 1800 at large. So if I am going to communicate at that point of time, I'm going to be very very cautious that I should make a proper shaving and all, though it is must. But for all of us, you need to be very very skeptical that the concept of this beard and all should be kept into mind, that either you should trim your beard or style your beard. Say if you're having those stubble and all, try to use those kind of gels and all to make your beard look much more applicable onto your face. Don't make that beard grow like it is like a broom, or something like that. Don't make it. Secondly, your moral self. Remember, citing your examples or citing your notions, you should be very very clear that what you are citing. Remember, if you are giving a presentation of business communication or giving a presentation of business ethics, values, norms, tradition, culture are all to be dealt with very patience, with great patience, with composure, and with ease. You cannot say that in this culture this type of thing happens and this doesn't happen in my particular culture. You cannot say those my and I factors over there. So for moral self, you have to be very very particular that what kind of moral attributes are you talking about. Moral self. Then is your mental self. Your physical self already been told to you, your moral self, then your mental self. Mental self actually shows that what kind of mental applicability are you having. Are you sensible enough to make people understand what you are going to try to say? If you are sensible enough, then you can go on with it. Otherwise, you have to practice that aspect of presentation 2 to 3 times before the presentation actually takes place. After that is your social self. Remember, we all are social animals and we have to talk to the people. We cannot say that if a kind of presentation occurs in your class, or if, say, for example, if I say that, okay, come on to the dais and give a presentation, you cannot say, no, I will not. Or you just look at down at the floor or up in the sky or something like that. No, you are a social person, and just like you talk to each and every individual in a singleton manner, you have to talk to the people at large. It is just the mannerism of talking. It's just another advanced level of talking. You're not exactly talking, but you are demonstrating, you're introducing, you're giving a lecture, or you're informing the people that what you actually know and how you're going to put it in front. Secondly, this was all about your personal presentation. That means that is going to include your physical, mental, and moral and social self. And the third is your presentation skills. Presentation skills requires that you have to be calm, you have to be composed, you have to be logical, and at the same time, your content and your anecdotes, your synonyms, your examples should always be at your fingertips. The moment you start speaking, the thoughts should automatically come in the flow of your mind. Say, for example, like when I am giving a particular lecture to my people at large, I at times read the point from the slide, but I never try to read each and every word line by line. So if say for example, if I do this type of activities, the process of presentation will go just in vain, and the concept will be that this person is not giving a presentation, but he or she is reading. You need not to read from your slides. Remember, students, you need not read from your slides. You have to be very well versed with what you actually trying to say. See, giving a lecture is different and giving a class lecture is different. If you are giving a class lecture also, you have to have a kind of a thing you are actually explaining, and you are explicating on the aspect. You have to remember those kind of anecdotes, examples at your large. So presentation skills require the kind of ease and the kind of convenience with which you are going to try to convince to the people that whatever you are saying is of their importance, because once they feel that uh, they are connected to you, they will listen to you, or otherwise they will just sit over there dreaming over there, and they will not pay attention to your words. After presentation, a presentation means communication that can be adapted to various speaking situations, like addressing, mentoring, and believing in all. See, uh, you have seen the speech of Mr. Bindra many a times, and I always cite that particular person in a presentation quite a few times. Why I'm citing him? Because if you ever try to listen to the kind of content which he says, or try to the listen to the aspects and the word methodology which he uses, is impeccable. Because the thing is that there are n number of orators, and there are n number of presenters also in India, but the way he actually puts the thing, see, there is your late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, there is present Prime Minister Mr. Modi, and there is Barack Obama, and there is Donald Trump. Now, the way they actually deliver their speeches on, and there is one more person, your those that icon known as Rahul Gandhi. So the kind of presentation I have given you variants, and you can say flavors of politicians, just to give you a kind picture of something like that. That the way they present their styles are totally different from one another. See, the way Barack Obama speaks, and the way Mr. Vajpayee used to speak, the way Mr. Modi speaks, the way your Donald Trump speak, and the kind of presentation which your Mr. Rahul Gandhi gives is a kind of an aspect which no one understands. He is himself understanding the concept, and he's just listening to that thing only. So what I mean to say is that when you are giving a presentation, remember that you have to make people understand what you are trying to say. You need not to understand it yourself, but you also have to make people understand that what you want to communicate at large, because you are actually mentoring them, you are actually communicating with them, and you are actually putting the things at large and making things clear. So presentation is all about how well are you going to communicate to the people, and communicate with ease and with patience. Now, as to what do you mean by the aspect of business presentation? Now, if you're talking about business presentation, can be defined as formal information about the business products, practices. It is typically carried out by using an audio visual presentation material such as a statistical document, projectors, flip charts, whiteboards, and much more. See, if you are presenting a particular business presentation or you are giving a presentation of such sort, you have to have a kind of a notion in your mind that whatever products are there in your company or whatever practices that are being done at your company, you have to deliver this to each and every person at large. See, these all are investors. These all can be investors or the company men or the board of directors or some sort of some people like that. Now, this gentleman, if he's presenting the aspect on those kind of those folder sheets and all, so or basically this is a flip chart. So what he is actually doing is he is trying to communicate the products and practices in such a manner that it is being understood by each and every person. See, presentation after presentation, it's almost like a discussion, and most of the time it happens that during the business meeting when a presentation is being given, people just sit patiently for the turn. They wait for the turn, and after that, the question answer round actually begins. You have to be very very particular about that. Whatever you are delivering to the people, you have to deliver it with such an ease that each and every person should be able to relate with it and should be able to convince that okay, this is what you mean to say and this is what I mean to say. So basically it is almost like a thing that you are giving a presentation about your products and your practices in such a manner that it is being easily understood by the people at large. The most common example of business presentation is your intra-organizational or sales presentation. See, most of the time, and the most common of them is your intra organization. Say, for example, your HR department gives a presentation to your marketing department, or your marketing department gives a presentation to your finance department, and or you can say the finance department, your marketing department, and your HR department actually comes to a particular meeting and then conduct a kind of a general intra organizational meeting and all, in which dimensions from every department, that means from HR, from marketing, from logistics, or from any other departments like that, those dimensions are going to actually occur, and the decision will actually come to that point. So basically presentation is going to tell about the decision aspects, or you can say the decision factor at large. So the business presentation, now I'm really sorry to use this kind of words, presentation is a dog and pony show. It's a dog and pony show. One of my students asked me that whether a business presentation should be informal or a pitch. It should be both, and that is your ongoing dilemma for the presenter. It including the proper mix of information, uh, creating an excitement about the business and difficult task of presentation. Now, once I was just giving a presentation and I was just taking the class of one of my students, and they came across this particular word from somewhere or something like that. Uh, they just told me that, sir, presentation is being said as a dog and pony show. Sir, why it is that? See, dog and pony show. It's all about, see, if you ever have visited those pony shows or dog shows, which is quite an often being seen in India, and not only in India but in the other parts of the world also, where the qualities of the dog, or you say the attributes of the dog, or the way he just jumps or barks or try to make the things much more ease for his master and all, or the pony just crosses those bars and try to make people applaud a lot. So what it is showing? It is showing the kind of attributable feature or everything at large about the about that particular product. So dog and pony show. Why we are calling it as a dog and pony show? Because you are actually presenting everything. You are presenting each and every aspect by opening each and every dimension of business. Say for example, a particular concept is there, and decision should be taken that whether the sales team has worked in a proper manner or not. So it's the duty of the sales team to just show their projection of the past and years, and then show that how they have developed. So it is almost, and if they are not going to do this, they can be landing themselves in trouble. So the aspect is, it is almost like a dog and pony show just because you are explicating or you're delineating each and everything at large. It is all about the delineation process which is taking place. The goal is to maintain interest and communicate your ideas. And secondly, it is a dog and pony show because dog and pony show is very interesting. People laugh a lot. People make a discussion over there. People are just free to talk to in the manner they can. So it is basically a kind of a presentation wherein you are showing each and every dimension of business. And secondly, the people are able to converse with ease and convenience, whatever is their opinion. The goal of business presentation is to just maintain the kind of a decorum and to communicate the idea in such a manner that the interest is being maintained. What I mean to say about the interest factor is that, say for example, there are n number of investors during the meeting and all. The moment you say that the company has been started by such and such person, their history was this, we have done this. So this kind of notions, nobody is interested in that. People are interested in your profits, your returns, and the way you have projected your sales, and the way you are going to make your future profit and all. So basically, you have to say those words or say those sentences which are of use and which are of say appreciation by the persons or by the people at large. Now let us have to what are the importance of business presentation. To begin with, the importance of business presentation, the very first dimension is that it is an informative aspect. Students, the concept of business presentation is informative because listeners want to know the core nugget of information, such as to how overcome obstacles and learn tricks of trade to improve their performance and productivity. Good presentation leave audience with new information that often are enlightening and eye-opening. Now, with the presentation of business presentation are being made at large, say for example, a good is being promoted or say a product is being promoted to the masses in a particular show or trade show like that. And the company's boss or the company's people come onto the public podium and they make a presentation. What they are doing, they are actually informing the people that whatever they have done or how they have come up to this particular dimension. So it is more like an eye-opening session for those who are actually going to do the same kind of business. At the same time, it is going to be an eye-opening for the competitors and all. So basically, the most useful presentation are those that include the practical information and the applicability of the audience, such as how to make those cold calls and how to do the better managing. So, say for example, during your presentation only, you are promoting an LCD or you are promoting a projector or something like that. And when you are introducing your product, you are going to say that when we used to make presentation without this projector, we actually were not able to convince large number of audience. But the moment we made this projector and the moment we started using this, our sales doubled. So it is basically going to create an impact into the mind of the people that it is something of interest and they will be driven towards it. So you are actually creating an informative session. You are actually creating an information out of the delivery aspect as to what you need to sell and what you ought to sell. Then it is inspiring. Excuse me. It is it is essential that business presentation capture the audience attention. A compelling presentation is anything but a lecture. It contains the element of story, complete with conflicts, resolution, anecdotes, and lessons. See, say for example, you are an owner of a particular institute and you are promoting your institute to the businessmen or to the people at large, and then for the first time you have conducted a party onto which your consumers are being also invited, your investors are also being invited, and you are now going to give a presentation. Remember, this is a business presentation and you have to cite some inspiring thing. Inspiring words like, say, for example, when I just started with my business, I was not having a single penny in my pocket. And then I was not in a position to even sustain my living. So then the story began that when I actually met a particular kind of person who helped me in making my competitiveness to the kind which I am now. So it is a kind of a factor wherein you are just inspiring people to do a kind of a duty or to a kind of an act. So inspiring because business presentation are going to tell that what kind of hardships or what kind of practical nature a particular person has developed to come to this particular place and all. So it is an informative session. The very first importance of business presentation is that it is very, very informative. And the second is that it inspires people a lot. Third, visually appealing. Now, using physical and visual props during presentation also affects the impact of the audience. Screen projectors, slides, handouts, colorful posters, are as well as body language of a presenter add to the make of a presentation and it stands out. See, what a brilliant idea. During the presentation, if such sorts of idea that the investor will be benefited by the colors of the rainbow of the kind of the kind of presentation which I'm going to conduct. So it actually means to say is that there are seven members, or say you can say the seven types, or we are going to make profit seven times than our competitors who by the help of which the profit are going to be doubled. So this is going to visually appeal the investors and are going to visually appeal the people at large. Such type of anecdotes, or you can say the body language, the slides or the handouts, or something like that, is going to appeal the. See, most of the time, whenever it is a matter of notion also, and it is a matter of fact also, that most of the people are coming and sitting onto the presentation to just have a look as to how you are presenting a matter and what is the content of the presentation. The very first thing will be the kind of appearance which you are going to have. That means it actually counts a lot, the way you dress, the way you look, and the way you make your words clear. Say, for example, you go on putting with that, so this kind of thing will not happen. You have to have those clear notions, you have to have those clear words, and you actually have to speak. You do not have to pumble, you do not have to repeat those words again and again, you just have to speak at large. And at the same time, the visual appealing means that the presentation should be visually attractive. Visually attractive doesn't mean those kind of bright colors or those fluorescent angles to the presentation. No, or those kind of cartoon images and all. No, it means that the content should be visually applicable. Say, for example, if I am telling you about the importance of business presentation, so I should stick to my words. I should stick to only the business presentation. I should not go to the dimension of as to how the people are going to stay motivated, or how can we make the presentation look much more attractive in the near future, and or something like that, or how are going to look attractive. So it is visually appealing means that your slides. See, first of all, the kind of presentation or the slides which you make should be very, very proper, and the designing of presentation has already been told to you in my previous lecture. But still, I would like to replicate on the aspect that there should be a rule of. I would be just telling on that rule one more time: 10, 20, 30 rule. So that rule should be applicable to each and every slides at large, so that the visual appealing of the thing should become at ease and with convenience. Connecting your business presentation actually connects with the people. You have to create a kind of a memorable bonding and experience with the person. See, there are many orators and many of them speaks a lot about the content and they deliver a lot of kind of information, but only a few will have a kind of an impact onto your minds. How? It is just like the matter which they deliver, the language which they use, and the ease and patience which they use at all. So you have to have a kind of a thing that connection or actually dealing with the people at large counts a lot. Then let us have some kind. So basically, there are informative. The first importance is informative, then it is inspiring, then it is visually appealing. It actually appeals a lot of people. Connecting. So business presentation actually connects to the world, or it actually connects to the people at large. Now there are particularly some kind of advantages to the to your particular business presentation. Now, what are those advantages? Let's make a quick recap of it, or let's make a quick review of it. Like in this particular cartoon, see, for every person, the interest is different. For the person which is sitting with a frown on his face, he is not able to understand that as to why the sales has decreased, or why the pie is in this fashion. But the other person is much more concerned about his hunger, about because that particular pie is remembering him of a sandwich. So, for every person, the angle, or the way you are presenting the content, it is different. Some people are going to look at the words, some people are going to look at the cartoons, or and the same thing is going to happen with you people also. The moment you're going to look at the video, some of you are going to look at the that how I am speaking. Some of them are you're going to look at what is the content all about. Some of you are just going to look as to what the picture is saying, or how funny it is. Then this is what I actually mean to say, that for every person, the kind of presentation, and particularly a business presentation, means different angles with different kind of persons. So you have to create a kind of an ambiguity, that all in all person should think in the same direction as you want them to think. So the biggest advantage of business presentation is that it is quick and it is easy. You're able to connect with people, you're able to organize people at large, and at the same time you're able to communicate in such a fashion that all people are going to be convinced by it. Second, it has simple bullet points. With the help of simple bullet points, you will be able to segregate. Say for example, there are these n number of points. If I'm making these n number of points, I could have used those bullets also, and that would be have much more ease to me. And I can use this passion pattern also. So basically, simple bullet points means that bullet points are used as a good representation of to remind the speaker as to what are the main point of. Say for example, by the end of my presentation, I always give a quick recap and I make those bullet points. Why I do so? I do so just for the reason because to make you remember that this was the point, or these were the points which we have discussed at large. Secondly, and business presentation does it quite well. So your next aspect is easy to create a colorful, attractive design. See, uh, you make a business presentation, you can make a business presentation orally also. You can make the thing orally also. And the aspect is that the moment you make the oral presentation, people will not be able to relate as to what you are saying. When you are actually making a presentation, when you are actually making a PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to tell that this is what I actually mean to say. This is going to create a kind of an attractive design and a colorful image into the mind of the person. People are going to connect with it. And this is the advantage of business presentation. Easy to modify. You can modify a business presentation at your fingertips. You can make the changes into it. You can make the correction onto it and make it according to you want and according to the consumer wants. Easy reorder of presentation. You can make the presentation one more time. You can make the things one more time. You can just make the changes in it. There are various methods which I'm going to tell you in the near future slides of mine. So finally, PowerPoint is an integrated with other products that allow you to include part document spreadsheets and graphics. So if you talk about PowerPoint presentation, which you are handling now only, so these kind of presentation are equipped with other kind of documents also. You can attach a Word document, you can attach your Excel sheets, you can attach your graphics and all. So business presentation is going to give you a kind of or is going to give you an aid by the help of which you can convince people at large and with your ease and patience. Secondly, the audience size. The audience size will increase, and you can increase your audience size just by your business presentation only. Ease to present. See, you can present the thing by your oral presentation also. You can present the thing by your say written communication, also by inform or report and all. But the moment you create a presentation, see, for every kind of word and for every kind of work, you require a kind of presentation. If you want to take a decision, presentation is a must. If you want to take a kind of a demotional aspects or promotional aspects, then the presentation is a must, because the decision of any factor or of any kind in business, particularly in the terms of business, can be made only with the help of your presentation at large. No need for handouts. See, most of the people are in a habit of giving those handouts and all, just to, as to say that what is going to be there in the presentation, and how it is going to increase. But it is preferably not to look at those handouts and go to the presentation. You can actually have the thing at large when you're going to communicate with the people. Bullet points, bullet points or bulleted items known as bulleted points may have a particular single sentences and all. So advantage of bullet point are also there. That is being already told you that it actually adds to the beauty of the presentation, and at the same time it is going to tell that okay, these are the points which are being discussed, and you can make a quick review of it. Then, just like there are advantages of a particular thing, in the similar manner there are disadvantages also. Now, what are the disadvantages? To be specific, like let's identify our weakness, and don't took don't look at me when you list them. See, basically, uh, if you are just making a business presentation, you have to identify that these are the things which are going to be there as a kind of a deficit or a kind of a demerit of business presentation. The very first thing is design PowerPointless. Gives an illusion to content coherence when in fact there is really not much substance or connection between the different points of different slides. See, like say suppose I'm giving you a presentation on business communication, and half of my slide is being focused on business presentation or on business communication, and half of my slide is being focused on your organization behavior. Now, is there a kind of connection? No. When I'm going to make those group communication and all, or you can say the nuances of group communication and all, or the way the groups is being formed and the personality traits and all, then I am making connection with the OB and all those kind of things. But in business communication, it has its own points, its own significance, and its own relevance. So you have to have a kind of an attribute that whatever point you are going to discuss it at length, and at the same time it should be connected. And most of the time it happens that people get they just get sail out, or you can say they just go from one angle, they just deviate, and they go somewhere else. So your present this is the basic disadvantage of business presentation, is that that say for example a promotional activity is to be made, or you can say a promotional campaign is to be made of any sales or something like that. Now, the moment the presentation start, people get automatically carried away to the angle of finances. So you have to be a particular aspect as to how you're going to say to the people at large that what you need to say. So design the PowerPoint in such a manner that it should not become pointless. Often it two times happen. PowerPoint excess. Now, some of the people are not well versed with the excess of PowerPoint and all, or you can say excess use of PowerPoint. They use it quite a lot of time, or most of the people are using PowerPoint at lot. They do not use those kind of say flip charts or those flow charts and all, or those artifacts and all to present a thing. They actually use those kind of PowerPoint to make a thing. So PowerPoint is a kind of a way to make a presentation. Though I'm pretty much sure about this thing, but you have to have those kind of flip charts, those artifacts, those kind of other way of presentation also, which I'm going to tell you in the near future slides of mine. Replace planning and preparation. PowerPoint is a convenient prop for poor speaker, as it can reduce complicated messages in simple bullet points and elevates the style of over substance. See, your realness, or you can say the real you, is being tapped or tamed by those PowerPoint presentation. You are a good salesperson. You are a good salesperson, and you can just sell the thing at large. But still, for selling a pen, you use a PowerPoint presentation. Now, everywhere you cannot use this PowerPoint presentation. Say, for example, a customer is there or a consumer is there, and you want to sell a pen set to him. Now, you cannot say, sir, please wait for 5 minutes. Just I'm going to open my slides and I'm going to show you that how we have worked and how I'm going to work it on and how does the pen look like and what are the advantages and disadvantages. So basically, at times, PowerPoint presentation is a very good thing, but it actually replaces the realness of you, and you can easily hide yourself by your you can hide those nuances, or you can hide your those difficulties by your PowerPoint presentation. Oversimplification of the topic. See, sometimes the complex things, if is being explained to you by a help of your PowerPoint presentation, it do not create a kind of that impact if it would have explained to you by your oral communication at large. This is my personal preview of it. Because the thing is that insurance policy, or you can say those kind of insurance product or demat accounts or something like that, they can be oriented to the people. You can be given an orientation over it, but you cannot be sought after for that, for just actually buying that product. So oversimplification of the things is can also make your PowerPoint a weak substance. Feature abundance. There are lots and lots of feature in your business presentation. If you are using your PowerPoint, or you're using your, say, slides and all, there are lots and lots of feature onto it. See, most of the people are in a habit of using those flip charts and all, and some of using those artifacts and all, but with the advent of new technologies, with the advent of those new kind of projectors and all people prefer that they should make a kind of a PowerPoint presentation and then start speaking over it. See, giving a lecture is different. You have to prepare a kind of a PowerPoint presentation during the lecture aspect, but for each and everything, PowerPoint presentation is not going to suit your purpose, and that are the biggest disadvantage of your business presentation at cards, that it uses that particular thing quite enough. Then, basic equipment required. See, basic equipment required is that of a projector. Say, for example, I am little nervous. You see, I didn't expect to be thrown in front to the wolves. Now, first of all, most of you are in this kind of assumption that the moment you are being called onto the dais, you feel that these are demons in front of me and these are wolves in front of me, and they're going to eat me up. No, this is not a thing, and this is going to make you weak. So basically, and secondly, worse on that, or a cherry on cake will be that if your projector fails, now what will happen? People will start talking, people will just look at you and just howl at you. No, this is also a disadvantage of business presentation, that your particular equipment at times fails. Focus on medium and not on message. See, too many people are too much too concerned as to what kind of laptop they have, or what kind of those PPT projections, or whether the projector is in a accurate angle or not, or those flip charts are in angle or not. To just because they are much more concerned about those equipments, and they're much more concerned about those kind of tools rather than the content itself. And when the content is lost in the tool aspect, then the things become totally out of hand and the presentation becomes weak. These are the disadvantages. So, to have a particular, or to tell you as to how are you going to make or give a powerful business presentation, there are 15 expert tips. The very first thing is, see, these 15 tips are going to make you feel much more ease, and are going to give you a very quick angle as to what are the things which are going to be helpful during your business presentation aspect. Very first thing is to know your material. See what you are selling, what you are actually telling. You have to be very particular about that. Be enthusiastic. You're selling, you can say you're selling an energy bar, and you are selling, my energy bar is of this particular type. Then the aspect is this, that if you eat it, you will be energized. Now, this way is not a way to say a presentation. You have to have those enthusiastic feelings. See, you have, I will use that word one more time, or I'm going to use that person one more time. You have looked at to Mr. Bindra. Mr. Bindra uses the words and uses the matter in such a manner that the people are self motivated. The moment he actually comes onto the stage, the power comes and the people become live. Next, next is your arrive early to set up. See, basically, giving a powerful presentation, you have to arrive early, and you have to make those presentations so that each and every by the time people comes onto the seats and all, they can actually see that the presentation is going to start. Be comfortable with yourself, with your own self. See, uh, you're wearing a very good shirt, but at the same time, your sleeves or your handcuffs or the handcuffs which you are wearing is too large, that it's making a sound, or you're making, or your watch is too loose and you are always on to do this or this. No, this kind of activity is going to make your presentation weak. You have to have the kind of an attribute to make comfortable yourself. So for that, you have to wear that those things which are of comfort to you. Always remember, shoes, shirts, trousers, and your looks count in presentation, and that is a mass appeal at large. Open strong. See, the moment you start, good morning, everyone. So this is not the way to start. Good morning. You have to say it with a smile. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this particular presentation of mine. So the moment you start with an aspect, it automatically create a powerful impact onto the image of the persons. Then set the goals of your business presentation. You have to set your goals. See, the applaud for this particular lady is just because she has set the business presentation and she has actually set the goals as to what she will say, how she will say, and not. Tell a story at the beginning or during the presentation. You see what Steve Jobs always does, that during the presentation of giving a kind of product presentation and all, he actually tells the story at large. He does not tell that what is the product. He tells about the story and then relate it with the product and then communicate that what are the attributes. Interact with your audience. See, you cannot leave your any one single person with in your audience. You have to interact with everyone. The moment you see that the first row is asleep or has fallen asleep, just pass a particular statement, or just be very very careful. You are not going to pass those personal remarks that I think that you are receiving. No, this is a personal remark. The You can say, my lecture is not too boring. I know that it is sounding a bit subtle thing, and you haven't had sleep for the last 3 days and all. And but the thing is that I would be just winding it up one more. So, what is your particular opinion? Just go through the audience, and most of the people do it at large during the presentation of your business. In this particular meeting, you cannot go to each and every person. You have to be static over there. But if a particular crowd is there, you can go in between and can talk to them. Use visual aids. Use visual aids of ease and convenience. Add some business friendly humor. See, business friendly humor will always lighten a joke. Say for example, you can say, the energy bar which I am using is not a bar that He-Man uses, but it is actually going to make a He-Man of you. So you have to create a humor. Only then people are going to be attracted towards you. Make startling statements. You have to have the knowledge of the stats, those figures at large. Only then the things will work for you. Then remember 10, 20, 30 rule. This is the very great rule which was being given by Kowalski. So what this particular aspect was that 10 slides should be there, 20 minutes should be there, and the font size should be 30. This is the best thing. Make eye contact and smile. This is of utmost importance in business communication, that you have to make an eye contact and within a smile. Your smile should be genuine, and the smile should not be plastic. The plastic smile, I have already told you many a times, then I'm going to repeat it one more time to you all, that a plastic smile is not going to have those frowns onto your eyelids. For a genuine smile, or the smile which you're going to have from your heart, you will have those kind of, you are smiling, you are having those eyelids, those frowns at your eyelids, and it is going to show that you are actually smiling from heart. Don't have the plastic smile. Be prepared for tough questions. Remember, the tough questions are going to hit you. But don't get boggled of what you cannot say that no, no, I don't. I know that this is not my presentation, and you just get baffled of it. No, never get baffled, because the moment you get baffled, the other questions will come to you, and you will just go out. Don't do that. Close on high. You have to start with high. You have to close with high. You have to have the aspect of that. Are there any questions, audience? It will be privileged. I will be privileged, and I will be honored if you ask questions. You have to make a high impact of it. Types of visual aids: PowerPoint presentation, whiteboards, video clips, charts, graphs, and handouts. These are the handouts which are being made at large for the presentation aspects and all. Now, advanced video tools, or you can say the visual support, are PowerPoint presentation. These days, people are of using PowerPoint to the great extent, and for making presentation, and particularly of business, PowerPoint presentation is going to add to the beauty of presentation of your business at large. Secondly, effective flip charts. You have to have the full knowledge of as to how you're going to use those kind of flip charts and all, because at times it happens that the moment you turn the flip or you actually flip the chart, it breaks or it actually get distorted. You have to have the knowledge of how to use it. Effective posters. Effective posters, that actually means that posters should be lucrative, and at the same time it should be alluring. It should not be creating double meaning meaning sentences and all. It should be 2 by 3 feet. Remember, your particular poster should be 2 by 3 feet and around 25% of a smallest view. You can just make the view of 25% and all, not more or not big than that. Then consideration: simplicity is the key for that particular information. See, if you are simple, if you are logical, and you are apt, your presentation will be just up to the mark. Helpful hints for visual aids and all: you have to keep your visual aids simple. Use one key idea per slide. Avoid clutter noises. Clutter or noises means those tapping sounds or those kind of noises of visual aids and all. Considering colors, the colors has to be dynamic and all. Analogs colors should be avoided. Edit to proofread at large. Check the presentation room beforehand. See, basically the where you are actually making the presentation. Like, say for example, you are making a presentation in this particular room, or you are making a presentation at your business house. So you have to check that all the sockets are in up to the date, up to mark and all, or where you're going to attach your laptop and all, the cord is up to the mark. You have to check each and everything, so that the moment the presentation start, you can start with the presentation there and then itself. Let's make a quick recap. Now, these are the bullet points which I was talking about. So, the aspect was that we discussed about the aspect of what is presentation. We discussed about the business presentation at large. We discussed about the importance, the advantages, the disadvantages. I gave you 15 expert tips as to how you're going to make your presentation look much more great. Two types of visual aids that are going to be used for business presentation at large. Advanced visual support systems that include your charts, your PowerPoint presentation, your artifacts and all. And finally, I gave you that as to what are going to help of your particular visual aid and your business presentation. So with this, I come to an end of my lecture. In this particular lecture of mine, I have given you that what are those visual effects, or what are those things by which you can actually create a very powerful presentation. Remember, for creating a very good presentation, and that too in corporates and particularly of business, you have to have the knowledge of these kind of attributes at large. Only then, and knowledge is not only the thing, you have to actually apply it. Still, if any part of my presentation or any words is not being clear to you, you can come to me. You can ask me the question on WhatsApp. You can mail me the content. You can come onto my cubicle and get your doubts clear. But remember that clearing of the doubts applies also that you have to apply that thing in your personal life. Only then the business presentation is going to be much more effective and is going to make your career much more bright. Until my next lecture, thank you.